years ago, a parent, a Jewish parent, actually approached me. She was here at the museum and she told me of her vision of wanting to bring Jewish students to the Islamic Museum and Muslim students to the Jewish Museum, and that was her vision. And she asked me what I thought about this idea. I said, I think it's a wonderful idea.
And the idea was to use the two museums as a teaching tool.
So we went out, Jenny went out looking for Jewish schools to participate, and we went out seeking Muslim students, and that's how we found Sirius College in Keysborough and King David.
So that kids from the Jewish community and the Islamic community familiarise themselves with their own museums and then take each other around the museum that is not their own. So for example, the Islamic students take the Jewish students around the Islamic museum and vice versa. The idea is to utilise the museums and also to help the kids meet each other, because after all they're groups that don't always mix and connect.
The program commenced this year. We've had a number of workshops, fun games, activities, sort of education programs as well. And today is the final workshop, final part of the program, where the Muslim students are at the Islamic Museum and they are hosting the Jewish students, taking them around the galleries, being their hosts, and there will also be some other activities as well.
So first of all, we've had some ice-breaking sessions with the students where they get to meet each other and know each other and understand a little bit more about themselves and about each other's religion and cultural background. In addition to that, they've also had to learn about their own tradition and background, so much so that they're able to explain it to somebody who knows nothing about it.
I think it's good because different religions come together and you get to talk together and learn about different religions.
What I've learned about Islam is that there's a bunch of prophets that keep peace and spread peace, and there's 5 pillars of religion, and each one represents a certain thing that you have to do.
I think this program was really great because you get to learn about other religions and you kind of get to know that your religion isn't the only one, pretty much. My favorite part would be when I was doing activities with the Jewish people. I liked the blindfold activity and I liked the cooking activity as well.
I really like getting to know other people's religions and trying to get to talk to them and seeing what they are like.
They have their own day where they go and pray.
We learnt about the Islamic star and how they had the 8 prophets that symbolised the star, but in Judaism the only thing similar to that is the King David star, which represents him, but the Islamic star is a lot different to that because instead of just being a symbol, it shows all of the 8 most important prophets that are in the land, and that kind of really surprised me as we don't really have anything like that in Jewish culture.
I didn't know they had the 6-point star and we have the 8-point star.
Nothing surprised or shocked me about Islam. It's pretty much the same as Judaism, except a bit different here and there.
It kind of surprised me to see similarities between kosher and halal.
So what surprised me about learning about Islam is that there are quite a few similarities with Judaism as well, that we both have one God, we both have places of worship, and it's very similar. Yeah.
There's lots of similarities between the 2 religions.
We have a prophet Moses, and we call him Musa, which is the same prophet. Yeah.
The main similarity is that there's one God, and you also have to do all the same stuff like prayer and fast and give tzedakah, and pretty much everything is the same.
I saw the differences between first of all the celebrations, like how Hanukkah lasts for more longer and our celebrations last for a day or max 3 days. And I also saw the differences between who we worship and things like that.
Some differences I've learnt about is how we pray, how we kind of celebrate our religions. they're very different because we are different cultures, yeah.
A few, for example, when Jewish people fast, they only do it for about a day. I think that's or maybe a week is the most. But if Islam has a whole month called Ramadan, which is quite a lot, and I didn't really know how you could fast for that long.
I think if I met a Jewish person, I might feel more comfortable because I know more about them and their religion and what they worship, and I think I might even make friends with them.
I reckon, yeah, because I reckon I would be more comfortable socialising with them because I know that they're not like very different from us and that we are both kind of similar and we can both have a conversation together.
I honestly have no idea why Islamic people and Jewish people hate each other, because it's the same religion, they live close to each other, and they could get along very well with each other if they tried.
Yeah, a little bit, like the differences between our religion maybe might have driven them apart, but now I think like now since it's a bit more modern, I think like we can start to become friends and get a bit more together.
I feel like there have been some barriers in the past because we do have different ways and we believe in different things, and maybe we want our side to win for that belief, maybe, yeah.
Maybe I think it's just reminded me of my religion a bit more, and it's reminded me that like if when I pray now, I can think that other people also pray like to their gods in like that way.
Kind of. I mean, it's made me think more about different cultures and religions, not just Islamic, but Christian, Buddhism, other ones that I probably can't name. But it's made me think more about that, but not specifically Islamic, but a lot about other cultures and how much I don't actually know about them. Yeah, I would really like to know more about other cultures and religions.
The Museums Together program has inspired me to kind of recognise that we can be together and it isn't all about one side beating the other in war or whatever conflict there is. Yeah.